Hi friends and fellow flute enthusiasts, thanks for tuning in to Jonny's Flute Reviews. I'm Jonny Lipford, and since 2002 I've dedicated myself to everything flute. I teach, perform, and record full-time with the Native American flute. I post videos here on YouTube covering flute tips, tutorials, original songs, and cover songs to showcase how versatile the Native American flute is. If you're new here and interested in becoming a more emotive flute player, or you just love listening to the sounds of the Native American flute, be sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified every time a new video drops. Now, let's dive into a flute from my personal collection. Welcome back. In this episode of Jonny's Flute Reviews, we're going to be looking at a small flute made by Brad Young of Four Wind Flutes. This flute is in the key of D. It is a major scale tuning on this particular flute. Now, this flute has walnut end caps, but the body of this flute actually came from the place where I grew up in Florida. So my parents' farm in Florida, this wood is dogwood and was a branch that had fallen off of the dogwood tree. And I sent it to Brad and I said, hey, would you make a flute out of this? So it's nice to have a piece of my, really a piece of my childhood made into a flute. So Brad, thank you for doing that. This is really special for me. It's in the key of D major, so it's a little bit different. The D minor flutes, or the regular, I guess the modern Native American flute that we're used to, is tuned to a minor pentatonic scale as its basic scale. This one's a little bit different. It kind of has the scale actually of a penny whistle or an Irish whistle. So it's that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do tuning. And you'll notice that when I play this one, that I don't leave that third one from the top down. There's 6 holes on the top. Don't leave that one down. It's part of the scale to just lift all of them at the one at a time here to get the scale. And then to get the octave, I have to close them all, blow a little harder for that octave note. But again, I'm going to be using the shape of my mouth and velocity to control that a little bit. And so you'll find some tips. I have a video on YouTube, 5 tips to dramatically improve your flute playing. So you may want to check that one out as soon as you're done here. So here we go. This is in the key of D, as in dog, D major. This is a diatonic major scale. I love to play major scale flutes. They just bring out joy and just really some peaceful and uplifting music. I tell my flute students that aren't familiar with music theory that, you know, the minor pentatonic flutes that we have, they're dark, mysterious, haunting, soulful, minor. The major is the yin to the yang, right? So this is the uplifting, the happy, the joyful. This is the light. This is the major. So the major and the minor, they coexist together as the yin and the yang. And so with songwriting and playing music, we lean on those two things to help tell the story of our song. So again, this is a really special flute in my collection. This is in the key of D major. You may not find a lot of major scaled flutes out there. You can get the major scale on your regular modern Native American flute. It takes a little bit of work, some cross fingering as we call it, to get that, and maybe some upper register notes. It depends on which element of the major scale, which fingering you follow. But if you're looking for something that's tuned naturally to the diatonic major scale, you may not find a lot of them out there. Brad is one, Rick Switzer is another, John Norris is another. There are a handful of other flute makers that are making diatonic Native American style flutes. So I'll drop a link in the description below to check out Brad's website. He doesn't have an inventory of flutes, but if you're looking for something, you can definitely reach out by email. And if you do, make sure you tell him I said hi. But anyway, I'll put a link in the description below for that. You'll also find some links to some resources that'll help you grow as a flute player. So be sure to plunder through there and find what you're looking for. And be sure you subscribe to this channel. I do flute reviews, original songs, cover songs, tips and tutorials on the Native American flute weekly. So be sure you subscribe and come back often to check things out. I appreciate you tuning into this episode of Jonny's Flute Reviews. I will see you in the next one.